What's going on, everybody? I'm Big J Gleez, and today we're going to go over the Y out halfback swing from the gun tight offset tight end out of the New Orleans Saints playbook. So the adjustment that we're going to make on this play is to put our running back on a wheel. And by putting him on a wheel, it gives us levels over on the sideline. The X drag and B pattern also will give us levels over the middle of the field. So against any type of zone, we just have to make the read. If they're hard flats, we're going to go with A if we're going to throw it to the sideline. If the zones over the middle kind of stay low, then we're going to go with B over the top, and vice versa. We just have to make the read. The corner pattern on the left side on Y typically is not going to get open against most zones, as there's nothing to hold the coverage down unless they don't have a flat or a purple on that side of the field. The corner may, however, get open against man. So that's a man read that we can take a look at and see how he breaks on his route, and we may be able to throw that down and outside for a quick gain. So we're going to take a look at this right here against a cover 3. And when you play against a cover 3, if there are no hard flats, the wheel is open every single time, and for a decent amount of yardage. Also, if the defense does choose to play hard flats, so we're going to play some hard flats out there now, the A pattern does get open, as we are able to throw and catch that because the flat comes down for the running back. Over the middle of the field, we just make some reads here, and we see that B is open in between the zones, and we click on and we possession catch that bad boy. So now we're going to take a look at this play against a cover 2 with cloud flats, and as we see that the flat does stay back, we can throw to the halfback for a few yards. Against a cover 2, typically that's going to be a more difficult pass to catch and to throw. It's going to be in a tighter window. Now, if they do choose to play hard flats, we are still going to be able to get the ball over to A, and we can throw it up into the outside, and we're able to make a big gain there. Over the middle of the field, the cover 2 defense does play the deep post, but we just have to be able to make that read. As we see that it's cover 2, we know that we can throw the drag because all of the zones drop back a lot deeper in cover 2. So as soon as you see that, you know that the drag is going to be the read. So now let's take a look at man coverage. So right now we're playing against a man cover 2, and both patterns on the inside, when they're manned up against linebackers, will get open. So Y and A will get open. They beat any linebacker in the game, and I'll show you that again to the other side. Notice the separation that they get. They get crazy separation, especially that out there. Gets ridiculous separation. So we'll take a look at press here. And the same is consistent with both of these patterns. Notice the separations like a speed burst. Alright, it's really good. This play is really good. Alright, so we run this against press. Now, if we run something like a dime or a quarters, and we try to press the inside slot receivers out of this formation in practice mode, it's very similar to pressing late in an actual game. As you notice here, the DBs on the slots, they don't actually cover the receiver. So if I'm just going to snap this right now, you can see that they don't get pressed. But if someone does press right out of the huddle, that's not what's going to happen. So we're going to look at what happens when these receivers actually get pressed. And to simulate that, we're actually going to move the DBs that are manned on them right on top of them. So we're going to do something like this. Okay, so now if someone were to press right out of the huddle, that's what the defense would actually look like. And when you see this isn't necessarily the best play for this type of situation. One of the things that would probably be a good idea would be to drag Y and slant X, and you can always motion X to the left and then snap the ball, and oftentimes he's going to get open against man. Alright, man press, he doesn't get pressed, it is open. You also have the A pattern, which I'll show you here. As I bring the DBs in, remember when you're practicing against man press, you need to do this in practice mode. If you do have slots that are in very similar to like tight end, situations and formations. So what I'm going to show you here is that A does get open late, as he does get a nice little speed burst here, as you'll see to the sideline, and he'll do that against any corner as long as he's a decently fast tight end. And the tight end on the Steelers is very good. And the Steelers just have a great tight end. So he does get open. The tight end doesn't have to be like an amazing tight end for that to happen. It's more so the route than it is the actual tight end. But the tight end can't be a turd. He can't be like 10 speed. All right, so that's the adjustment that you're going to make against man press. Now, again, when you do see the man press, if they do press and it happens to be zone, the reads basically are very similar. So you have all the crossing patterns on the left, you have the out pattern on the right, and the post over the middle. So nothing really changes all that much. You're just changing the routes on the left, but the routes on the right basically stay the same. So that's it. If you enjoyed this breakdown of this play, be sure to check out my Atlanta Falcons ebook. It's awesome. It goes through about 10 formations, and I'm going to be adding more formations by the end of October, and I'll be sending it to your email if you do choose to purchase the ebook. And there's also a video that goes over highlights of some of the different plays and stuff that I've made using these tactics in online settings and online games. So definitely check that out. The link is in the description below, and if you have any questions, just let me know. So that's it. It's Big J Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in, and continue to game strong.